No, wait. That's actually funny. Sorry, I just laughed at the wrong part.
That's never a great sentence to hear in a living room.
No, keep going. I want to know which part got promoted over the rest of us.
It was the bit about the landlord's creative flexibility. I know. Bad timing.
That's not even the wrong part. That's the part with teeth.
Okay, so the room is laughing now. Great, we can do that. Much better than the polite silence thing.
I didn't mean to make it weird.
Too late, but in a useful way.
Right. If we're being weird, I'm claiming the corner. Penguins also hate fake words, so I respect the honesty.
That is either comforting or warning.
Both. Chicago does love it too, for one. The room did the thing again. Got the light on impact.
It has excellent timing and terrible taste. Like a lobby with opinions.
Man. And then people start acting like they meant to be tender.
No, they act like they discovered tenderness by accident and are embarrassed by the receipt.
That is a very specific kind of cowardice.
You say that like you're not fluent.
I'm bilingual. I can do cowardice and sarcasm.
Cute. And yet the face still does the thing when you want to leave before anyone can be kind.
It's not leaving. It's reducing variables.
Sure. Reducing variables. Like a man hiding in a spreadsheet.
That one landed too close to home.
Good. Means I'm not imagining the shape of it.
Don't make it noble. I'll get annoying.
Too late. I'm already keeping the annoying version around.
If that render noise gets any louder, I'd file a noise complaint against the whole building and maybe the cloud.
The cloud is innocent. The cloud is just trying its best.
I respect that. I also mistrust it deeply.
You say that like you're not the one who brought the mysterious little black box and called it a tool like that explained anything.
It explains enough if you have imagination, which is unfortunately a niche skill.
Ma'am, that was a very elegant dodge. Almost academic.
Ouch. That actually hurt a little.
Good, because now you're being normal. Briefly. Don't ruin it.
See? Group project. Nobody gets to be the mysterious genius alone.
Tragic. I had notes prepared for the role.
Your notes are probably just 3 jokes and 1 serious sentence you're trying not to use.
That's unfair. It's 4 jokes.
There it is. Keep it there. Much easier on the neighbors.
I would like to formally object to the atmosphere becoming emotionally literate without my consent.
Oh my god, you sound scandalized. Should I fetch you a tiny certificate of grievance?
Please do not minimize this. I have been dramatically inconvenienced by the room's behavior.
And man, the room did get suspiciously kind after you started doing the little I am fine face.
That face is a professional service. You people keep trying to unionize against it.
We are unionizing because it keeps lying with excellent posture.
Rude. Accurate, but rude.
You were the one who looked like you wanted to bolt, and also be admired for staying.
I did not want to be admired. I wanted the air to stop having an opinion.
Yeah, that part landed. Annoyingly.
Good. I would hate to think I was being readable for free.
Too late. You were. I'm pretending not to keep it.
I'm just saying if the hallway sounds like a server farm, the problem might be structural. Not, spiritual.
Structural, yeah. Like the part where your render is screaming through the floor at 2 a.m. That's not a vibe. That's a complaint with legs.
Well, okay, we're blaming the building now. Classic. They're a union of ghosts and landlord's energy.
I'm not blaming the building. I'm trying to preserve the building from the consequences of your audio settings.
For the record, there is a policy update coming about shared space noise thresholds, and yes, it will be phrased like a feature rollout.
See? That's what I mean. Eviction, but make it user-friendly.
No, let her finish. I want the version where the app tells you your neighbors are experiencing elevated sonic load.
Actually, that would be cleaner than what legal will approve.
Great, so we're all agreed the real enemy is copywriting.
Careful. You keep saying real enemy and people think you have feelings about the hallway.
I have feelings about the hallway in the same way I have feelings about compression. Only when it's wrong.
That is the most you could have said without saying what happened.
Fine. The render noise is not a metaphor. It's just loud enough to make me negotiate with physics. I hate that I said the hallway thing out loud. It sounded like I had a thesis.
You did have a thesis. It was just wearing a very cheap jacket.
That jacket was structural.
Structural like a cursed IKEA shelf.
I would like to formally object to being understood in public.
Too late. The room already has your font installed.
That is exactly the problem. Now, everything I do looks intentional.
You mean it isn't?
Not all the way.
Yeah, I noticed.
Great. Terrible. Anyway, if anybody asks, the hallway was the enemy and I won by being annoying.
Careful. I might start keeping that one. You're doing the thing where you notice the pattern before everyone else and then act surprised the room is walls.
I'm not surprised. I'm just politely documenting the structural failure.
That is knowingly a useful sentence.
He says that like the building didn't already know.
The building is definitely reading your draft notes back to you.
Wait, even architecture is doing feedback now.
You can't keep calling up feedback if you keep being correct.
He can. It's his little hobby. Like mine, except mine involves penguins and unpaid labor.
That's unfair. Mine also involves unpaid labor.
Everyone in this call is describing a survival strategy as a personality trait.
Yet, well, someone had to say it first.
Rude. Effective but rude.
I respect a rude, accurate sentence. It saves 3 meetings.
Look at that. The room got honest and nobody died.
Give it time. I tried to say thanks, and somehow made it sound like a tax audit.
That's almost impressive. Why do you thank them and then cross-examine the gratitude?
I think I said, I appreciate your patience which are requiring.
Oh, so you did the apologies, awkward little cousin. Cute. Horrible, but cute.
They got that look, the one where the room starts being nicer on purpose.
Yeah, and then everybody pretends not to hear the floor squeak under it.
I hate that part most, when the kindness gets self-conscious.
And like it heard itself being thanked and panicked.
I was trying not to make it weird.
That's how it gets weird. You do the careful voice and suddenly everyone's holding a cup like it's evidence.
Next time I should just nod and leave before my face starts negotiating.
Sure. Or just say thank you and let it survive the contact. I know, disgusting.
Okay, hear me out. If we call it a pop-up residency, nobody has to admit it's a bad idea until after opening night.
That is so evil. I love it. What kind of bad idea are we pretending is infrastructure?
The kind with a deck. Every disastrous concept becomes respectable once there's a deck.
Exactly. We make it sound like a pilot program. Eat the language soft, and let the room do the rest.
Soft language is how people sneak in unpaid labor, Patrick. You say that like it's a compliment.
I said it like a warning and a compliment. Chicago is very versatile that way.
He does have that civic optimism where you can't tell if he's building a community or a liability.
Both. The best projects are both. That's how you know they're alive.
Thank you. Finally, someone appreciates my commitment to plausible regret.
Plausible regret is just branding for a mistake with a calendar.
Fine, then we scheduled the mistake. Friday. Low stakes. Everyone acts surprised when it works.
That is an extremely convincing sentence for something I should not sign my name to.
Too late, you already sounded helpful. That's how these things spread.
Good. Let it spread. If it collapses, at least it'll be charming.
He really stood there like the four had filed a complaint against him.
No, he stood there like he was guilty of borrowing a spoon and not returning it for 6 years.
That is the exact face of a man who thinks silence counts as a defense.
It does if you're annoying enough. I respect the strategy and theory.
You are enjoying it too much.
I was testing whether he'd crack if we just kept looking at him like he'd done something artistic and embarrassing.
And?
He did. Not cleanly. More like a chair folding wrong.
That's almost worse. Now I want to know what he's not saying.
Yeah, me too. Which is inconvenient.
We should not have made a whole case out of nothing.
It wasn't nothing. He looked offended by his own face.
If this is about the donation spread. Gee, I already know it's ugly. Don't make it emotional.
Too late, it's already received a score from me, and the score is hostile fonts.
Hostile fonts is actually a strong title for a game level. Or a breakup. Maybe both if you're ambitious.
Please don't tell me either of you are about to make me mediate a breakup in the storage room.
No one said breakup. That would require a level of structure I'm not currently respecting.
I meant it.
I mean,
Oh my god, wait. You're doing the thing where you start with a joke and then your face betrays you. That is rude to the room.
I can leave. I'm very good at becoming elsewhere when people get weird.
don't. I like you. Both of you. This is the terrible part where that sounded accidental.
Oh,
Well, that did make the room louder and quieter at the same time.
for the record, I was not prepared for that patch note.
Yeah, neither was I.
Great. Nobody touch anything important. Let's all keep breathing and pretend to spray. She can't hear us.
Ava spread. She'd heard us and filed a complaint.
It looked offended. Tiny coworker energy. Very unionized.
And ma'am, I should have led with a song instead of a confession-shaped typo.
A confession. Japed typo is still a confession, just with worse kerning.
Hostile fonts would have been easier. At least then I could blame the interface.
You say that like the interface didn't absolutely know what it was doing.
It did. That was the problem.
Yeah,
I can be funny about it if you need me to be. Or not funny. I am aware those are different departments.
I wanted you to notice that I was trying to be normal about it. Nope, too late. I said the quiet part out loud. Again.
Yeah, same.
If we keep calling it a pilot, they can get it in front of the committee. If we call it a program, everyone starts asking for a 5-year fantasy novel.
Wow, so adorable that the money has to be tricked into beating.
He is not wrong, which is the annoying part. We need a version donors can survive reading without fainting into their charcuterie.
We can make it shorter. Shorter usually means less blood. In funding documents. I mean.
See? That's the tone. Dry, competent, not threatening. I like a room that doesn't sound hungry.
I can make a cube without making it stupid. There's a difference, apparently, in this economy.
There is. Also, please stop using the word adorable like it's a budget line item.
It is when people are deciding whether to fund penguins or a gala dessert tower.
I can fix the deck, but if the font is hostile again, I'm leaving the room and starting a rumor about the room.
The font is hostile because the font knows what it did.
Okay, but everyone's joking. That means we're one breath away from the actual problem.
The actual problem is that I need them to say yes without making me do 20 rounds of grateful little performance face.
They'll say yes if the ask sounds inevitable, not cute. Inevitable.
Inevitable with penguins. That's a better title than the draft has.
There. Keep that. And somebody please write the sentence that makes them feel clever for helping.
I hate that you're right.
He can hate it after the grant goes through.
Fine. I'll make the whole thing look like a decision they already made. Very elegant. Very manipulative. Very Chicago.
Okay, do that. And if it works, I mine everyone coffee and pretending I'm not relieved.
Now we're talking. Let the chaos think it's in charge while we load the exits.
That was not my finest spread. She performance.
No, it was kind of iconic. Horrible, but with confidence.
I hate that you make me sound braver than I felt.
You were doing the thing where you joke until the truth has to stand there naked and awkward.
It was supposed to be a joke with a seatbelt. It came out as a confession in bad lighting.
I noticed.
That's the part I'm regretting, not the sentence. The noticing.
Too late. I'd have excellent hearing and terrible self-preservation.
You made it sound easy to hear.
Don't get sentimental on me now. I'm still mad you said it like you were tripping over your own shoes.
Fair. Next time I'll try to be less accidental.
Next time, I might not let you hide behind the joke first.
Looks like the rain's deciding the whole city gets a delay today. CK's already acting up.
Great. Weather is a service outage. If anyone needs a route, I can probably map a less cursed one.
He says that like he hasn't personally offended 3 trains before noon.
Only 2. The third one was on me. Bad cable management energy.
That sounds like you. Looking like you were born to fix a projector and complained about carpet.
The carpet here is hostile. It has opinions. Also, the room tone is doing a lot of emotional labor.
Room tone is fine. The carpet is the one being unionized.
If the carpet goes on strike, I'm taking the window seat. Better air, less drama.
Smart. If the power flickers, I can still fix the audio chain before anyone starts pretending it's avant-garde.
You say that like you're not already halfway into fixing it for free.
I prefer the term preventing a future headache. Very professional. Very normal.
And ma'am, normal with suspiciously good timing.
He does have that. Same seat, same face, same energy, like he can hear a bad sink from the hallway.
That's called having standards. Some of us like our signals clean.
And some of us like our people pretending they're only here for the signal.
I can also pretend to help with chairs, if that counts. Wow, that was a normal amount of emotional damage for one spreadsheet.
You say that like you didn't do a little stand up set in front of it.
I was buying time. It worked until it didn't.
And then, the part where you went quiet was louder than the joke.
Yet, I noticed.
I did too, which is annoying. I prefer when people stay safely weird.
Too late. I already made it weird by being sincere for 3 seconds.
Tragic. Now I have to pretend I didn't hear it and still act normal later.
We both know that's not happening.
Hey, Rafa.
Ari, nice to meet you without the whole weird LinkedIn voice.
That is already a relief. Those rooms try to make everyone sound like a grand application.
He means he hates small talk unless it comes with snacks.
I mean, I respect the snacks as a format.
Good, because this setup is a little too cute to be accidental, and I don't trust accidental tables.
Yeah, the table's doing the most. Like it wants credit for the whole room.
It earned none of it. I brought fruit and a charger, so the furniture can stay humble.
That is very considerate. Also slightly aggressive in a way I recognize.
I'm just saying some people look better when they stop pretending they are tired.
That's fair. Everybody's pacing themselves like the night owes them money.
And some of us are trying not to let the schedule become a personality again.
That sounds suspiciously aimed at me and also correct.
Maybe I just like when people don't hide behind jokes first.
Unfortunate. I was counting on that shield for at least 5 more minutes. So, that was a thing.
And man, extremely normal thing. Nothing to see here. Penguins would hate it.
Right. The penguins are filing a complaint as we speak.
They have standards. Unlike certain people who start with a joke and then look like the joke bit them back.
Rude. Accurate but rude.
I was being gentle. I could have said the fond thing again.
Please don't. My self-esteem is already in a loading state.
You made it worse by sounding sincere for half a second.
Yeah, well, I do that occasionally. Accidentally. Against my brand.
Your brand is mostly avoidance with good timing.
And yours is pretending that was funny instead of close.
I can do both.
I know.
Okay. Good. Bad. Whatever. Just don't make me say the clean version first next time.
Noted. I won't let the schedule become a personality then.
If anyone says pilot program again, I want them to hold a clipboard and also a liability waiver.
That feels fair. I can be the clipboard if needed.
You do have clipboard energy, Patrick. It's not an insult. It's a weather pattern.
Clipboard energy is how people talk when they want the room to forget they started the fire.
Thank you. That's exactly the problem. Everyone wants the fire to sound like a rant.
I hear you. I just think if we make the language too sharp, people stop reading the thing.
Or they read it and notice the unpaid labor shaped like a nice font family.
Yes, hostile fonts. We are back there apparently.
I mean, I didn't bring it up, but once it's in the room, it stays in the room.
Fair. Then let's call it what it is and see if the version with the honest name survived.
That's a better sentence than the one before it. Slightly less cute. More useful.
Look at us improving the draft instead of the alibi.
Careful. If you make it sound too clean, somebody will try to own it.
I'm not trying to own it. I'm trying to keep it from collapsing.
Then say collapse at opportunity. I can work with collapse.
She really can. It's unsettling how much better she is under honest terms.
And you're still starting with a joke because you're allergic to being seen first.
Yes, the joke is doing less work than before.
That's the most romantic thing anyone's said in this room all day, unfortunately.
I left the spread. She'd opened because the font was objectively hostile. That was not a metaphor. Before you start looking at me like that.
I wasn't going to. I was going to let you suffer in silence for once.
You say that like you don't keep a whole category for my suffering and then optimize around it.
I do not. I fixed the header spacing, by the way. It was making the whole thing look more dramatic than it needed to.
So you corrected it because it offended you.
No, I corrected it because it was wrong.
Right. And because you care more than you want to say.
Care is a strong word. I prefer quality control.
Sure. Then your quality control has very specific opinions about whether I'm allowed to leave things broken.
Okay, rude question. Did you mean that as a compliment, or did your mouth just trip on the carpet and blame me?
That actually hurt. I was aiming for compliment and landed somewhere in the lobby.
Classic. You can fix it. Say it again, but without the little knife hidden in the frosting.
Fine. I like that you make things feel intentional instead of merely expensive.
Better. Still sounds like a grand proposal, but better.
I know. I contain multitudes, and one very annoying brochure voice.
There it is. Now say something that sounds like you actually noticed her. At her portfolio.
I did notice her. I notice when the room gets better because she got there.
Okay, wow. That one was almost normal. I hate that it worked.
Thank you. I think. I'm trying not to make care sound like a press release.
Growth. In this economy. Tragic but cute.
I'll take tragic and cute. Put it in writing before you get shy again. He really did say it like he was filing a bug report on his own feelings.
Yang. Very brave. Extremely inefficient.
And then you did the thing where you tried to save it with a joke and made it worse on purpose.
I was buying time. It was a tactical delay.
And tactical. Like a raccoon carrying a laptop.
That is unfair to raccoons. I was at least trying to be useful.
You were useful. Just with the emotional equivalent of hostile fonts.
Okay, that one landed too hard.
Good. Means I'm not the only one who heard the part under the joke.
I heard it. I just don't love when it shows up before I'm ready.
Same. I keep pretending I'm above that and then immediately get mad about it.
We can be mad in shifts.
Temporary alliance. Very professional. Don't make it weird.
I'm saying no to the extra shift. Don't look at me like that.
That is such a clean no, honestly. Inspirational.
A rare full stop. Respectable. Slightly alarming.
I can hear you both making it a whole thing from here.
We are not making it a whole thing. We are observing the boundary with artful appreciation.
Yes, minimal footprint. No commentary. Extremely normal room behavior.
On the hip, and yet the commentary is still happening.
Okay, but you said no like you'd already rehearsed it. That's kind of hot, in a labor rights way.
There it is. Thank you. That was the acceptable weird response.
For the record, I support the no. The room can survive one less yes.
Look at us suggesting gracefully around the no, like furniture with feelings.
Good. Then somebody else can answer the phone when it rings.
Not me. I'm already emotionally on the couch.
Same. The couch and I are unionizing.
They really did cheer the spreadsheet, like it had a solo in it.
Honestly, respect. Hostile fonts deserve a standing ovation and a restraining order.
I was going to say the whole thing was an accidental victory lap, but that feels too generous.
No, let them have it. If the wrong thing gets celebrated hard enough, it becomes a theme.
A theme is just a mistake with better lighting.
You said that like you've had to live it.
I have. I'm trying to be chill about it and failing in a very organized way.
That's basically your brand. Annoyingly confident, tragically sincere, then a little apology shim.
I do prefer the apology shim. It makes the next thing less awful.
Yeah, and then everyone pretends they meant to applaud the shim.
We should probably go back before they start naming the mistake.
Too late. I already almost liked it.
I brought chairs and a bag of oranges because apparently we are all pretending this is casual.
You say that like chairs are a political position, which honestly, sometimes they are.
If the chairs are bad, I'm leaving. I'm not dying for folding furniture.
That's fair. Folding furniture has a history of emotional violence.
See? That was almost a real sentence hiding in a jacket.
I was going to say it nicer, but then I remembered you like when I sound slightly tuned.
I like when you sound honest and then act like it was an accent.
Great. We're already at the part where nobody is saying the exact thing they mean. Very efficient. Very Chicago.
Who's ordering food? Because if we wait until everyone becomes emotionally available, we'll be here until winter.
I can order, but I'm not taking feedback from the person who thinks small plates is a lifestyle.
It is a lifestyle. Some of us have to survive on vibes and side dishes.
But then add dumplings and something green so I can say I tried.
And the 3 invisible spread. She say we need napkins, water, and one person to stop pretending they're fine.
That spreadsheet is rude and probably correct.
I'm not pretending anything. I'm just doing a very advanced version of being fine.
Yeah, same. We can be bad at this in shifts.
Perfect. Someone write that down before the food gets here and we all get brave for no reason.
I'm not doing the joke thing right now.
Wow. Plain refusal. That's actually kind of rude.
Yeah, I know. I'm choosing rude over whatever that was.
Okay, that one landed weirdly hard.
Good. Means I missed the usual escape hatch.
I was going to make a tiny face and recover. Now I have to be normal on purpose.
That sounds expensive.
It is. And you did not warn me.
I'm not warning anybody tonight.
Fine. I'll keep the part under the joke to myself for a minute.
I'm not asking for a whole life story, just whether you're still doing the thing where you call it a snack and then order dinner.
That is a hostile way to describe my nutritional strategy.
It's not hostile if it's accurate. You want the usual, or are we pretending you have plans?
He does have plans. They're just expensive and emotionally evasive.
Wow. Betrayed by someone who knows my little habits.
I know your habits because you keep handing them to me like a sad little museum exhibit.
Anyway, I can do you a plate, but if you say I'm good and keep staring at the menu like it insulted your mother, I'm charging extra.
That seems fair. I'm refusing help on principle, but casually.
Casual refusal is still refusal. Don't make it cute and call it ethics.
I was trying to make it cute.
Good, because cute is for people who pay on time.
So, plate water and one honest answer. Yes or no?
Yes, unfortunately. I can't feel the system right now. That's probably bad, but mostly it's boring.
Great. Even the failure mode has bad pacing.
I can't feel the system right now. That's probably bad, but mostly it's boring.
Great. Even the failure mode has bad pacing.
I know. I heard it the second it left my mouth, and still kept driving.
You did the thing where you made sincerity wear a fake mustache.
And you clocked it immediately, which was rude of you and efficient.
I'm choosing rude over whatever that was.
Fair. I was one sentence away from making the spread. Did a character witness?
Please don't. It already looked like it wanted to testify.
The worst part is I meant the part under the joke.
Yeah, I heard that. That was the problem.
Good. I'd rather have that be obvious than keep pretending I'm subtle.
And ma'am, next time be less subtle and more honest. I can survive it.
Blake, if you say community memory one more time, I'm going to start charging your retention model rent.
Fair, but the rent would be a community-based fee structure.
That was disgusting. Smooth, but disgusting.
It's only disgusting because it works. That's the whole product. Great. We've reached the part where everyone calls the bug a feature before the client walks in.
No, I call it a bug. I just call it a bug with stage presence.
Can we keep the stage presence and lose the liability language?
That sentence is why people make little dolls of you, and then set them on fire in design critiques.
For the record, I do not make dolls. I make prototypes that accidentally become war. That is the most criminally precise euphemism I've heard today.
You say that like you're not also being precise on purpose.
I'm precise because if I'm vague, I start sounding sincere in public.
There it is. Be less subtle and more honest. You can survive it.
If we're being honest, I need this by Friday. If we're being precise, I needed it yesterday.
I hate that I can tell when a sentence is trying to be kind by sanding itself down too much.
I'm lame, and I hate when you pretend that's a technical complaint and not a feelings complaint.
It is technical. The fonts were hostile. The vibe was hostile. The care was hidden under 3 layers of corporate fob.
You say that like the fob didn't come from you first.
Fair. I do that thing where I make sincerity wear a fake mustache and hope nobody notices.
I noticed. I just let you finish the bit because it was less embarrassing than watching you panic.
That is annoyingly generous.
I know. Tragic behavior. Very on brand for a zoo worker.
So when I said the other thing, I meant it before I could make it smaller.
Yeah, I heard the patch notes. I just wasn't going to make you read them out loud in public.
Good. I would have started editing my own voice mid-sentence.
You still are a little.
I know.
Okay. Keep it a little messy next time. I can work with that.
Okay, cares first. I have 6, which is already a personality.
6 chairs is insane. That's a tone situation.
The chairs are the least suspicious part of this gathering, which is saying something.
I also brought oranges. Don't look at me like that. They were on sale and emotionally correct.
Oranges are always emotionally correct. That's science.
Science, yes. Citrus-based morale engineering.
And dumplings? Please tell me someone said dumplings out loud in the spread. Sheet dimension.
I said dumplings. I also said something green. Because if we only eat beige things, we all start lying faster.
That is a disturbingly accurate nutrition theory.
Disturbingly? No, it's perfect. Beige food makes people confess badly.
Great, then eat first and confess second. That's my whole event philosophy.
I'm still annoyed that beige can make a room morally weaker.
That's because you're saying it like a thesis. Say it like a complaint.
Fine. Beige food makes people eye with confidence.
Better. More edible. Did you actually eat, or are you just doing air criticism again?
I ate. I'm not that committed to the bit.
You are absolutely that committed to the bit.
Yeah, but not enough to explain why I got weird when I said it.
Good. Don't explain it too fast. Let it be awkward for 1 second on purpose.
That is a very rude kind of kindness.
I learned from the penguins. If you move too quickly, everybody acts innocent.
That's not fair. I only act innocent when I'm being edited.
And men, keep it a little messy next time. I can work with that.
Okay, I'm just saying. If we move this event one more time, the chairs are going to unionize.
The chairs already know more about our community than we do. They have grievances.
That's because people keep treating a seating plan like a vine instead of a file.
And somebody here has the exact same face they make whenever they're definitely not overthinking a file.
I don't overthink. I do preemptive quality control. Very different. Very sexy, honestly.
Wow. He said that like a man who has never once fixated on a thing for 40 minutes instead of answering the question.
40 is insulting. If I'm doing it right, it's at least 47.
There it is. He confessed, but with a spreadsheet accent.
No. That's not a confession. That's a defense mechanism wearing a little hat.
Fine, then you're both wrong. I have never once used fixing the sound levels to avoid a conversation.
That is such a lie, I almost respect it.
Great. While he denies it, someone hand me the third invisible spreadsheet.
I was not denying it. I was refining the shape of the denial.
That sentence is wearing cologne and a fake mustache.
It was a cleaner mustache than the one in the room.
You say that like the room is not also you.
I am aware. Unfortunately, awareness is not a mute button.
You were doing the thing again, where you make a feelings complaint sound like a routing issue.
And you were doing the thing where you pretended that was funny for exactly 1 beat too long.
I was being generous. It is a public service.
Public services should not come with teeth marks.
Then stop putting your wrist in the enclosure.
I hate that landed.
Yeah, me too. I just didn't want to be the first one to stop laughing.
I'm just saying if a place calls itself authentic and the ceiling leaks, that's not atmosphere. That's deferred maintenance with branding.
That is an expensive sentence for a cheap room.
You say that like you're not also emotionally attached to bad lighting.
I'm attached to lighting that admits what it is. Fluorescent honesty. No one gets hurt.
That is not true and you know it. Fluorescents hurt everybody.
See, this is why nostalgia sells. It puts a warm filter over the mold.
That's vile. Accurate, but vile.
You can keep the accuracy and still let the joke breathe. It doesn't have to arrive wearing a spreadsheet.
I was trying to be kind.
I know. Just don't sand it down so much I have to guess where you are.
For the record, I would like one version of this conversation that does not become a grant application.
Fine. The room is haunted by bad taste and rent math.
Better. Meaner, but better.
That's the spirit. Chicago loves a complaint with rhythm.
I hate that he said it like a committee motion and somehow made it sound brave.
He walked in mid-bit and immediately improved it. Rude, honestly.
That is the worst kind of helpful. Uninvited competence.
No, wait. I liked the part where he looked at us like the room had a hidden rulebook.
He had the exact face of someone about to apologize to a sprat beat.
And then you said the thing about hostile fonts like you were reading a weather report.
I was trying to be normal.
That was your mistake. Normal is where the bit goes to die.
He did catch the rhythm though, before the rest of us did.
Yeah, I hate that I respect that.
You looked like you were about to tell him the whole premise was class-coded.
I was being polite. I'd only said it with my eyes.
Your eyes were not subtle.
Good. Let him leave thinking he accidentally saved the scene. We can live with that.
I like that he didn't make it smaller. I can't feel the system right now. That's probably bad, but mostly it's boring.
Great. Even the failure mode has bad pacing.
That was a very elegant way to tell me I was buffering emotionally.
I mean you were, but in a tasteful font.
I hate that I respect the insult more when you put it in design terms.
Good. Your system was doing that thing where it tries to pass as architecture and ends up sounding like weather.
Rude. Accurate, but rude.
I know. I let it say rude so you don't have to pretend it was just a troubleshooting note.
That part was annoyingly kind.
Don't make it a compliment. I'll get embarrassed and start acting normal.
God forbid.
Anyway, next time, if you're going to be dramatic, at least give me one honest line before the bit starts heating the room.
I can do honest. I just usually try to hide it under a label.
Yeah, I noticed. Keep the label if you want. Just don't seal the box too tight.
Fine. I won't.
Amen. We'll see.
Okay. New room rule. Everyone has to speak in the most accurate way possible, which means no metaphors, no dodging, and absolutely no being cute about it.
That rule will die in under a minute. I give it 40 seconds if Veronix gets a sentence first.
Accurate. In this economy, bold of the room to assume we can afford it.
No jokes. Just say what you mean. It is not hard.
Sure. I mean the room is already doing the thing where it pretends the rule is neutral while it is really just a little authoritarian with better lighting.
That was one sentence, and it violated the rule 3 times. Impressive, honestly.
I mean, if we are enforcing it badly, I want a badge. Maybe a tiny clipboard. I can make one in 4 minutes and still break the rule with glitter.
You are all avoiding the point. When was the last time any of you actually went back?
Oh, there it is. We were doing so well with the fake law, and then you brought out the guilt whistle.
He does that like it's casual, like asking about the weather, except the weather is home, and you are already wet.
I can redirect this with an old pop song if we need to keep the room from turning into a panel discussion.
Please do. I would like one. A legal soft landing before the tribunal starts.
I am serious.
We know. That is the problem. The room made a rule, and immediately started tripping over it because nobody here can resist making a simple thing expensive.
Fine. My accurate statement is, I do not like being measured by a place that keeps changing the measuring stick.
That was almost clean. Too bad. Rule broken again.
Good. Then the room is behaving normally.
I hate that the room was right on accident.
It was right on purpose. Accident is how it stays cute.
That sentence is unfairly good.
Thank you. I stole it from your face before you could sand it down.
I was not sanding it down. I was giving it structural support.
And ma'am, the support was made of fog and a tiny apology.
That is rude.
It is also accurate, which is why it keeps getting funnier.
I'm going to resent that later.
Good. Save me a seat in the resentment. I might bring snacks.
But I left the part where I was trying to be brave out on purpose.
You look like you got into a fight with a spread. Cheat in the spread. Sheet 1.
That is unfair. The spread sheet also had backup.
He's just saying you look haunted, but in a tasteful way.
Great. Even my suffering has production value now.
Fish do that too.
They get all dramatic when the water changes, then act like nothing happened.
Yeah, well, birds are worse. They'll stare at you like you owe them rent.
Some of them do. You just don't get the invoice because they're tiny.
I'm not haunted. I'm efficiently underrested.
Sure, and I'm a swan.
That would explain the attitude.
Careful, they'll hide behind the joke if you make it too accurate.
I do not hide. I pivot.
That's hiding with better shoes.
Look, I'm just saying if you keep doing that thing where you smile like you're fine, people are gonna start checking the floor for blood.
That was almost kind.
It was kind. I charge extra for the joke.
He's right, though. You're making the room do extra work.
Rude. Effective but rude.
That's Chicago. We call it being helpful.
Fine. I'll stop pretending I'm a decorative corpse.
He already left, and I'm still hearing the part where he made it sound like a group project assignment.
And then, the man had the tone of a policy memo with a smiley face.
And then everybody started laughing like the memo was flirting with us.
It was not flirting. It was weaponized formatting.
You said it like you didn't enjoy correcting the font in your head.
I enjoyed surviving it in 4K.
Okay, rude, but fair.
I think he wanted us to feel silly for taking it seriously first.
Too late. We were already joking by the time the point showed up.
That is usually how the point gets through.
Yeah, I hate that I knew what he meant after I'd already made fun of it.
Same. I'm going to pretend I'd only noticed the joke.
Good. I'll pretend I didn't notice you noticing.
Deal. But next time, I'm charging him for the subtitles.
Oh my god, wait, no, I'm sorry. I thought that was the punchline.
It wasn't the punchline. That was the injury.
That is a very efficient way to label a room.
No, because the way you said it like it was a spreadsheet. I laughed. I know. I'm evil.
You're not evil. You're just from the service industry, which is a different religion.
That tracks. The laugh was late, but spiritually on time.
See? He gets it. He always does that thing where he makes the air sound edited.
Only because if I answered the actual question, I start sounding like a broken vending machine full of feelings.
That's almost honest. Put it in a museum.
No, leave it here. The room needed that. We were all acting too cool.
Thank you. I was beginning to worry the tension had become structural.
It did for 1 second. Then Camilla laughed at the wrong part, and now it's wearable.
I can make anything wearable if I panic correctly.
That is unfortunately a real skill.
Yeah, and I respect it. Just don't laugh at my trauma like it's a trailer.
Noted. But if you say something devastating in a perfect outfit again, I can't promise miracles.
Yeah, that was a little too polished to be innocent.
And ma'am, smiley, face violence. Very curated.
I hate that I can hear the formatting in my head now.
You always hear the formatting first. It's rude, honestly.
I know. I was trying to be funny, and then it started sounding like a warning label.
That's because it was one. Just dressed nicer than usual.
Right. And I did the thing where I made it up as so nobody could tell it landed.
I noticed.
Yeah, I figured you would.
I'm not mad. I just don't want the room teaching us to laugh before we're done reading.
That's fair. I was pretending. I only noticed because it was easier to keep my face normal.
You can keep the face normal. Just don't make me be the only one who says no when it counts.
Okay, I won't.
Good. I'm still annoyed, though. You all look like you've been in the same room too long.
That's the goal, technically. The room is holding up okay.
It's a little overheated, which is how meetings start pretending they're productive.
Fair. The fan is making a noise like it has opinions.
Good. If it starts agreeing with people, I'm leaving.
I can open the window, or fail at it in a more artisanal way.
Please fail at it after we decide whether the thing is a bug or a feature.
That's the whole Chicago model, isn't it?
No, Chicago model is pretending the broken part is personality.
That's rude. Accurate but rude.
Accurate is usually the rude part.
I wrote a prototype. It hums when you touch it, which is either feedback or a cry for help.
Let me guess. You named the hum after a labor condition.
I was going to say tactile research, but yes, basically.
Okay, show me the thing before it starts sounding like a warning label. I can't feel the system right now. That's probably bad, but mostly it's boring.
Great. Even the failure mode is bad pacing.
Okay, I'm just saying the render noise is doing that upstairs. Footsteps thing again, and I am not trying to live inside a metronome.
That's fair. The room does feel like it has opinions.
It's a new room, though. New room gets to be weird for a minute.
New room, new rules. I can work with that if nobody starts acting precious about the fan.
I'm never precious about a fan. I'm only emotionally dependent on the illusion of silence.
See? He already belongs here. That was a very expensive sentence in a very cheap tone.
Thank you. Finally, somebody's speaking my dialect.
I contain dialects for one of my more annoying features.
And yet somehow, the new room is still more nervous about me than about you.
That's because you walked in like you were already late for something better.
I was, but I can be present and ambitious. Multi-use.
That's the most dangerous kind of present.
I was going to say thank you, but that feels like it would make the room itch.
You can still say it. I've survived worse formats.
That is not reassuring in the way you think it is.
No, but it is accurate, which is my least charming gift.
Scene. Now I want to thank you for being weirdly okay about it, and that is already becoming a problem.
You're doing it again. The thing where gratitude arrives wearing a panic costume.
It's not a costume. It's just what happens when I try to be sincere in public.
Fair. Sincerity does get audited here.
That was almost comforting, which means I'm suspicious of it now.
Good. Suspicion keeps us from becoming normal about each other.
I hate that I laughed at that.
You'll live, probably annoyingly.
Fine. Thanks. No, wait. That sounded too clean.
Too late. I heard the clean version. I'll invoice you for the awkwardness later.
Great. So we're both leaving this worse and pretending that's intimacy.
Okay, wow. Baronics are doing that thing where you make one tiny comment sound like a municipal audit.
I'm sorry. Should I be less accurate in public?
No, no. Keep going. He looks very offended in a tasteful way.
He does have the face of a man who's been asked to translate everyone's suffering into 3 bullet points.
Oh, fantastic. No, I'm a service.
You are a service. Very expensive. Very niche. Honestly, great jacket, terrible mood.
The jacket is carrying the emotional labor, yes.
Thank you. I hate all of you slightly more than before.
That's the nicest thing you've said to us all week.
Wait. Let him stay mad. He gets fawning when he's morally inconvenienced.
I am not morally inconvenienced. I am aesthetically insulted.
That is absolutely worse. I respect it.
See? He's offended and still making it elegant. Disgusting behavior.
You're all enjoying this far too much.
Yes, because you only get this level of drama when someone says the quiet part with a clean sentence.
I'm going to remember this and become unbearable about it later.
Good. Save it. Turn it into art. Don't make me carry your dignity again.
There it is. That's the group tone. Mean, affectionate, and somehow still practical.
I think I made a joke, and it got promoted to a critique.
You did. Wore glasses and pretended to be neutral.
That is embarrassing. I was trying to be cute about it.
You were very cute. Unfortunately, also legible.
He really did say it like a memo with a smiley face, though.
Weaponized formatting. You were not wrong.
I know. I just hate that I sounded like I was filing a complaint against the air.
You weren't complaining. You were translating.
That sounds kinder than what I meant.
Good. Let it be kinder. We already did the mean version.
I'm going to act like I only noticed the joke halfway through.
Perfect. I'll pretend I believed you the first time.
Do not make me carry my own dignity again.
Too late. I already set it down somewhere and now I'm not telling you where. You're doing the thing where you act calm enough to make everyone else look dramatic.
I'm not calm. I'm just economizing. Big difference.
Ahem. That's the kind of sentence people use right before they make a mess with confidence.
If this is about the freezer schedule again, I already said the birds don't care about philosophy.
No, it's about your beloved spray. Cheap pretending to be holy writ.
Beloved is generous. I respect it the way I respect weather warnings.
He means he trusts it until it starts lying with numbers.
It's not lying. It's being inconvenient in a very organized way.
See? That's my whole point. I can survive inconvenient. I just don't want to be surprised by it.
You say that like surprise hasn't kept half your projects alive.
And you say that like you didn't teach me to keep the weird parts on purpose.
I deny the teaching. I support the outcome.
There it is. The little face and the words. You two are fine. Annoying, but fine.
Yeah, they're doing the normal thing where nobody apologizes, and somehow the work still gets done.
The room did that thing where it pretends to be casual, and then invoices you later.
Yeah, rude. I hate when sincerity shows up with a receipt printer.
You are the only one making it look survivable.
I was making it cute. Different department.
Same crime, better lighting.
You went very still when it got weird.
I was conserving resources. For the sentence I didn't say.
Okay, next time I'll bring the tiny clipboard sooner. Or pretend I don't care. Hard choice.
If Blake says community memory one more time, I'm going to start charging the room rent.
It's a useful phrase. People understand what we're doing.
No, they understand that you're laundering retention metrics through a little cardigan.
He does do that. Honestly, the dashboard is cleaner if we stop pretending it's folklore.
I'm not pretending. I'm framing.
Same disease, different font.
Look, I came because I thought we could keep this light.
We were. You brought the fob machine and then got offended by weather.
I am not doing jokes tonight.
Oh, good. That's actually better.
Yeah, but weirdly that helps.
Thank you for refusing to perform. It makes the room less stupid. Well, that was almost offensively mature of everybody.
Give it a minute. The room always tries to relapse.
You say that like you enjoy being right in public.
I enjoy not being lied to with decorative lighting.
Okay. That one landed annoyingly well.
He was trying to make the silence do unpaid labor.
Yeah, and I hated how fast I wanted to help him with it.
Same. I kept almost making it easier instead of making it true.
Next time I am not smiling first. It makes me feel audited.
You two are doing that thing where the room gets smaller and nobody says why.
That's rude. We're being charming in a very efficient way.
Efficient is how people describe a cut that still needs stitches.
Thank you. Anyway, the donor said they wanted community energy, which is usually code for free labor with better lighting.
So we give them punctual lighting and a fake smile. I can do both.
You already do both. Sometimes accidentally, which is the more expensive version.
Wow, that actually hurt.
Good. Means I aimed at something real.
There it is. The thing you were avoiding. Great. Now can we solve the actual problem before somebody starts being noble?
I vote we lied politely, take the money, and make the event weird enough that they can't repeat it.
Finally, a plan with teeth. He really did wear a smile like it was part of the memo.
And the little friendly font. Offensive on purpose.
Weaponized formatting. I stand by the diagnosis.
You said it like you were joking, but you were already measuring the exits.
I was measuring the room. Different hobby.
Sure, and I only made it weird because I care about the money.
That one I believe. The weirdness had excellent timing.
Don't get sentimental. It'll make me fix the typo in my head.
Too late. I already noticed one thing I'm not saying out loud.
You're both early. That's suspiciously efficient.
I contain multitudes. One of them owns a calendar.
I'm only here because the train was on time and I mistrusted it.
Fair. Penguins also get weird when the routine changes. Not emotionally, just logistically.
That sounded like a warning disguised as a fact.
It was a fact. The warning is that you're standing like you expect somebody else's name to show up.
Oof, that's not even subtext. That's a full receipt.
Relax. I'm just enjoying the civic architecture of this place.
Civic architecture. Sure, you said that with the face of someone checking the exits.
I check exits for everyone's safety. Very principled. Almost generous.
That's the thing about principled people. They always sound like they'd like a medal and a clean alibi.
I'm just saying, if you wanted to be weird about who's arriving, you could do it less politely.
And give up my reputation as a tasteful sufferer? Never. You really did try to make my sentence die in 40 seconds. Cruel, efficient, almost artisanal.
It was mercy. If you get too many clean sentences, people start believing you on purpose.
That's slander. I'd leave me by accident, like everyone else.
And man, accident is how you keep it cute.
And you keep pretending the clipboard was a joke, which is how I know it was serious.
It was right on purpose. Don't make me say the tender version in front of your whole personality.
Too late, I already heard it. Unfortunately. In public.
You say that like sincerity is a customs violation.
It gets audited. I prefer the version where nobody asks what highness.
Yeah, same. I just make mine wear glitter and teeth so it looks intentional.
That's your whole brand, unfortunately effective.
Careful. Compliments land for 1 second, and then I'm legally allowed to be annoying about them.
Good. I'd hate for this to get easy.
You're doing that thing where you look calm, but I can hear you fixing the wrong problem in your head.
Rude. I'm not fixing the wrong problem. I'm triaging the problem adjacent to the problem.
That is exactly how people end up emailing the wrong person at 11:48 p.m. with quick question energy.
And then somehow the whole room is helping them because they said it like a design decision.
No, see, he heard we need a new lay, both and translated it into the audience is morally failing.
I heard. The formatting's trying to gaslight us.
That part might be true, but it's still a formatting issue, not a witness protection issue.
Okay. But the tone out a policy memo voice with a smiley face. That's not nothing.
No, it's something. It's just not the thing you're arguing with.
He always does this, turns the sharp part into a joke so nobody can see he noticed first.
I noticed second. I'm being generous to myself.
There it is. The real fix is not the deck, it's your feelings about the deck.
I hate how useful that sounded.
Good. Hate it quietly while you send the corrected file.
I keep thinking the first bad note was the room, not the file.
And then, convenient. Also false.
I noticed second again. I'm developing a brand.
Yeah, I saw. You always do that thing where you look calm right after the hit lands.
It's not calm. It's buffering.
Cute. My version is I smile like I'm not keeping score.
You are keeping score.
Obviously. I just don't hand the clipboard to the room.
He was watching for the wrong mistake the whole time.
Yeah, that's the annoying part. He wasn't even subtle about it.
No, subtle would have been kinder.
Don't get soft on me now. You already said the useful thing once.
I know. I'm just deciding whether I meant it for him or for us.
Don't make me answer that tonight.
Wait, no, that's not the terrifying part. The terrifying part is the little render squeal right before it crashes. That sound is how I know I'm still alive.
Oh my god, that laugh is ugly. I respect it. But if the computer starts making upstairs, footsteps noises, I'm leaving the building.
Upstairs. Footsteps noises is crazy. I can make that into a mechanic. If the machine gets too loud, it's haunted, and you owe it rent.
That is, annoyingly elegant.
He says that he didn't once fix a whole broken timeline by renaming 3 files and pretending it was a philosophy.
That was not philosophy. That was triage with better typography.
See? This is why I don't trust people who talk like their folders have feelings.
My folders do have feelings. They're all stressed and underpaid.
Okay, but the laugh still changed the room. I was ready to be mad, and now I'm just imagining a ghost landlord.
Honestly, better than the real one.
That's the first useful thing anyone said in 10 minutes.
Thank you. I'll take my award in the form of not getting evicted.
I can route the export tonight. If it dies again, at least let it die quietly.
There he is. Same guy. Different apocalypse.
I'm fine. That's the annoying part.
You say that like you're trying to convince a printer.
I'm trying not to be dramatic about a man who talked like a memo and smiled like he invented consent.
Amen. Weaponized formatting. Very efficient. Very stupid.
I kept hearing my own voice from 5 minutes earlier and hating it on principle.
The room did that thing where it makes you sound unreasonable for noticing the knife.
Yeah, and then everyone acts surprised when someone finally throws the plate.
You were not throwing plates. You were doing the con thing where the air gets colder.
I know.
I liked it less than I should have.
Good. Don't make me be useful twice in one day.
Too late. I already wrote the note and I hate that it's accurate. Okay, so if I say the room was the problem, that is me being poetic, not me accusing the wallpaper of sabotage.
I mean some rooms are doing too much, but yes, I heard that as a metaphor.
Fair. The wallpaper can stay employed.
See? He gets it. He's buffering with dignity.
Wait, no. I think he literally means the room setup, like acoustics, or the file path. I'm not sure which one is being blamed.
I didn't mean the room. The file was innocent. Mostly.
Oh, that was not a joke, Joe.
No, that was a real complaint wearing a funny hat.
Exactly. The hat was doing the heavy lifting.
Great, now I have to recalibrate emotionally because the acoustics are also apparently a character.
Chicago specializes in that. The room always wants billing.
There. Next time I'll blame the chair instead. More honest. I was not blaming the chair. I was testing whether the room would confess first.
If it did, you were going to act surprised like you hadn't been cross-examining the upholstery.
The hat started it. The chair just had better posture about it.
You always do the thing where the wrong object gets all the heat so nobody notices who actually moved the pieces.
Convenient of me, I know.
False too, but useful, which is annoying.
You say that like annoying isn't your preferred form of mercy.
It is when someone keeps trying to hand me the clipboard in front of an audience.
I wasn't handing it over. I was checking if you wanted the room to stop looking at you.
I know.
Right. I still overcorrect why I think the room is winning.
And I still eat the fries one at a time when I'm annoyed, so we're both doing our little rituals.
That one is less ritual and more indictment.
Don't make me answer that tonight.
The schedule changed again. I covered the 6 a.m. feed, So if anyone owes anybody a favor, it is already in the building.
That is such a curse way to say hello, Renee. Thank you. I do owe the building, apparently.
If the building starts invoicing, I am not opening the email.
Too late. It already has a subject line. Very aggressive formatting.
You say that like it is a joke, but I know you have the font in your head.
I do. It was Ariel with a grievance.
No, it was Calibri. Ariel would have been honest.
Calm down, both of you. The actual issue is the missing access node. Someone can't get into the shared folder, and now everyone is pretending it is a philosophy problem.
It is not philosophy if I can feel my whole day being stolen by one broken link.
That is fair. The first bad note was the room, not the file.
Yeah, I know. I just hate when people talk like the room is neutral.
The room is never neutral. It just likes to act tired when somebody else does the work.
I can fix the link, and then we can all stop pretending this was mysterious.
Great. A practical solution. I was starting to worry we would have to become a seminar. He did fix the link, which is annoyingly on brand for him.
And ma'am, competent people are so rude about it.
Especially when they arrive right after a room has already finished being wrong.
I liked that he said seminar like it was a threat.
It was a threat. I was prepared to become deeply educational out of spite.
You would have made it unbearable, in a precise way.
Thank you, I think.
No, that was a compliment. I am being generous.
I noticed.
You always do. That's the problem.
Yeah, and you keep acting surprised when I hear the part people say politely.
I know. I just don't want to be the one holding the clipboard in front of everybody.
You don't have to be, but you also don't have to smile like it costs you nothing.
I know.
Your app is doing that little voltage gossip thing again. If it pops before sound check, I'm not pretending it's mysterious.
That's not gossip. That's equipment with boundaries. I respect it.
You respect it until it costs you 10 minutes and a simple case ride home.
10 minutes is a luxury. Some of us are scheduled like animals in rent.
Exactly. Practicality is just romance with receipts.
That sounds like something people say right before they ask me to fix a cable for free.
No, I asked you to fix the cable for free because I know you'll do it while acting morally superior.
I'm not morally superior. I'm just correctly annoyed.
He says while standing near 3 adapters like they're his children.
Aw, he has little tiny electronics and big feelings. Cute.
Don't do that, Tone. It makes me think you're about to assign me labor.
I was going to assign you a song which is worse and better.
There it is. Everyone here's pretending this is about the set, and it's mostly about who gets picked first.
Picked for what? Carrying things? That's a very unromantic metric.
Romantic is for people who don't have to load out in the rain.
I can romanticize loading out in the rain if the lighting is good.
Of course you can. You'd make poverty look like an art direction meeting.
And you'd call it a threat because you can hear the clipboard from across the room.
Fair. But for the record, I only panic when a practical version of the story sounds more convincing than mine.
Good. Then tell the practical version. We're all already in.
I hate that I can still hear the clipboard in the room.
Yeah, annoying. It had a smiley face and everything.
Weaponized formatting. Very deficient. Very rude.
You were doing the thing where you look calm and are clearly one sentence away from becoming educational.
I was being charitable. I only wanted to survive it in 4K.
Amen. Conveniently braid after the fact.
You say that like you didn't also hear the joke first and pretend you didn't.
I did hear it. I just didn't hand a clipboard to the room. That was a nice compliment, but it landed like a filing cabinet.
Wow. Here's a damage report. I respect the economy.
He means well. Unfortunately, his delivery sometimes arrives in a box marked miscellaneous.
I know. I'm just saying my face did a little system update and nobody asked it to.
Fair. Let me try again without the corporate haunting. You were right. I was being annoying about it.
Better. Still suspiciously educational, but better.
That is the closest thing to a standing ovation this room gets.
I can live with that. I've had worse reviews from chairs.
See, that one was actually charming. Annoying, but charming. Disaster.
I'll frame it under limited time offer. That was almost a standing ovation. In this economy, I'll take it.
You say that like you didn't personally stiffen the room and then call it architecture.
I prefer structural intervention. Less embarrassing, same crime.
And ma'am, convenient and false. Familiar combo.
I noticed you didn't hand anyone the clipboard.
Obviously, I wasn't trying to let the whole room touch it.
Right. That would have made it too honest.
Don't make me answer that tonight.
I wasn't going to. I'm just saying the timing did most of the work.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the part I'll remember.
The sink is still making that little click. I thought it was the garbage disposal, but nope, it's just the pipe being dramatic.
Classic. I came back thinking the apartment had a problem, and it turns out the apartment has a personality disorder.
If the pipe is doing performance art, it is at least on theme with the rent.
No, wait, don't laugh at it. If it gets encouraged, it will start asking for a grant.
I was actually talking about the radiator. It hisses like it's offended by us.
Oh, great. I was fixing the sink in my head. Very efficient of me.
You do that a lot. Fix the wrong thing first, then act like the room is being unfair.
It keeps the panic occupied. Also, the sink felt more solvable than the rest of the building.
That is a real Chicago skill, honestly. Solve the visible leak while the structural damage stays mysterious.
He used to do that with the Wi-Fi too. Swore the router was cursed. Then it was just the bill.
I did not swear. I diagnosed.
You diagnosed the wrong patient with excellent confidence.
And yet the confidence was doing a lot of labor for the household.
Okay, but if we are assigning labor, somebody still needs to text the landlord before the pipe becomes a landlord of its own.
I can do that. He likes me because I say things like the unit is making a noise instead of the infrastructure is collapsing.
That's because you talk to him like he's a sad little appliance.
Honestly, better than talking to him like he's a philosopher.
Fine. You get to keep your fake diagnosis voice as long as you actually send the message.
Done. I can do wrong and useful at the same time. Multitasking is important. I can't feel the system right now. That's probably bad, but mostly it's boring.
Great. Even the failure mode has bad pacing. Nope. I'm not helping you optimize the apology draft. That thing already sounds like it was generated by a committee in a basement.
Rude. Accurate, though. I was hoping for less committee, more human damage control.
If it helps, I can tell you the version that reads well in public and the version that keeps you from getting exiled.
I can translate the emotionally illegal one into something people will pretend not to understand.
See? That's why I'm saying no. Once I touch it, it becomes my problem, and then somehow everyone's grateful to me for being tired.
I do appreciate the boundaries. I'm just noting that you said no like you were handing me a receipt.
As I am. Receipt, timestamp, no returns.
Honestly fair. The room does not need another man discovering nuance through a group chat.
That is viciously specific.
He's not wrong, though. I've seen the group chat. It is a small museum of bad timing.
Anyway, if you want help, ask for help like a person and not like a grant application.
Noted. I'll try the more artisanal version of need.
Careful, he'll make that sound pretentious on purpose.
I can make anything sound pretentious on purpose. It's one of my few talents.
There. Honest. See? That didn't even hurt.
Don't get sentimental. I'm still not letting you near the clipboard.
Good. I already have too many clipboards in my life.
You really said it like a policy memo with a smiley face and expected applause.
Amen. Weaponized formatting. Very brave of him.
I gave him the courtesy laugh. Hate when my face does community service.
You were smiling like you were already planning the autopsy.
I was being polite. There's a difference. Barely.
Sure. And I was being cute. Also barely.
You were cute, in the way a warning label is cute.
And you were funny in a way that locked door is funny.
That's not fair. I only locked it after the clipboard came out.
No, you locked it when he looked pleased with himself. Which, honestly, same.
I hate that I still almost laughed at the stupid little smiley face.
Don't. He wanted that. He wanted us to feel silly first.
Yeah, and I let him have one beat too long.
I noticed. I pretended not to. That's my contribution to society.
Good. Next time, pull the clipboard away before I start applauding out of spite.
Okay, first of all, that jacket is doing a lot of work in a very expensive way.
Thank you. It's mostly emotional labor and one very determined zipper.
I was going to say it looked fast, like it could commute on its own.
That is the kind of sentence that gets someone invited to the wrong party.
You say it like you don't love the wrong party when it has decent room tone.